Hello, Formula One fans all over the world, and I bring you another video of some Formula One analysis of the Austrian Grand Prix in Spielberg. So the name of the Grand Prix is Formula One BWT Grosse Prix der Steiermark 2021. That's in Austrian, isn't it? Basically German. Yeah, so it's taking place in Spielberg, and this is the Pirelli preview of the Grand Prix. So basically, the image that you see above is the Pirelli preview of the Grand Prix. So you have the selected tire compounds. You have the C2, which is the hard tire, which is the tire the most durable for the Grand Prix if you want to do a long stint. And that's what you do your race simulations on while you're in practice. Your practice one, practice two, or practice three. If you want to do a race simulation, you would prefer the hard tire and the medium tire as well. But you would try out the soft as well because you would like to get to know about the qualifying, how fast you can go in qualifying. So the C3 medium tire, it can extend as well. It probably doesn't have too much of a pace differential between the C2 and the C4. So the C3, which is the medium tire, is quite durable as well, and that can do a few laps. And you have the C4, which is a soft tire, which you're gonna use it for qualifying. And I don't even think logically you would use it for the race, or if you want to start on the if you don't qualify in the top 10 and you start like 11 for 12, you can use the C4 and then pay early and then go on a hard tire and try and do a one stopper. But this Grand Prix, because its number of laps is 71, you might have to do a two stopper. But with the C2, the hard tire, you can do a one stopper as well. It depends how you save the tires and control the tires as a driver. And obviously Red Bull's looking strong for that Grand Prix, so it's not going to be easy for Mercedes and McLaren. And Ferrari having been putting on it since the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, Ferrari haven't been too strong. They was not strong at the French Grand Prix, so they're looking for some performance. So practice one, Verstappen was fastest, and then practice two, I think it was Verstappen again, and then practice three, the Mercedes hit back with Lewis, and Lewis was fastest from Verstappen and Bottas. So today's Saturday, the 26th of June 2021, and qualifying was this afternoon, and it was Max Vestappen who put it on pole position. So congrats to Max Vestappen on his second pole position in a row, and about his fourth or fifth this season, I'm not too sure. And then the circuit information, let me give you that. So basically we have a back-to-back Grand Prix in Austria, one called the Steiermark Grand Prix and the next one called the Austrian Grand Prix. But it's gonna be in the same track because of the pandemic that's going on in the world at the moment. So the circuit information, minimum is 1 and maximum is 5. So you say traction, you have number 3, which is like 60%. So traction is good in that circuit. So when you come in out of the last corner into the first turn, when you're braking, you need good traction to power up into the turn 3, and then you need good braking there as well to power up to turn 4. If you look at the track, the circuit map, so you need good traction in this first 4 corners, first 3. Well, basically, it's 3 corners, but they call it 4 corners. In the first 3 major braking zones, you need good traction to get out of there. And it says braking is 3, so that's another 6% brakes. So it means that you won't be able to, you won't have too much. You're gonna have wear on your brakes, but it's not gonna be a problem in the race because he has a tolerance. So if your brakes are like 66%, that the track is taken out of the brakes, because the brakes are durable in this era in Formula One. You're gonna have some good braking. You're gonna have to set up your car to brake really well in deceleration while you're on the track in Spielberg, and the lateral G forces was a 3. So the drivers, they're going through heavy G forces, but it's not the whole lap that they're going through those G forces. Maybe only in the heavy braking zones that they're going through heavy G forces. But apart from that, I think the tail of the lap, the ending parts of the lap after turn 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, is you're not gonna get heavy G forces until maybe 10, 11, 12, 13, 10, 12 and 13. You might get some heavy G forces. And then the tire stress is 3 as well, because the weather's quite good and the track is quite good and is regularly used. Well, the tire stress is not saying too much. It can be durable. You can do a one stopper. You're gonna have some kind of stress because it's a very fast track. The track is very fast. It's a flowing track. You don't have too many stops. It's not like a stopping to turn into a hairpin too tough. Maybe one hairpin I see. Like, it's not really a real hairpin. It's like kind of like a hairpin. So there's not gonna be too much stress on your tires, but you will get some kind of degradation on the tires. And when it comes to asphalt grip, it's 3. So there's quite good grip on the track. There's quite good grip on the track, even though it might slip away from you. I'm not too sure because I feel like the track will rubber in the more the drivers go around the track. And you have asphalt abrasion, which is 3. Asphalt abrasion, which is 3. So the abrasion affecting the abrasion on the road surface affecting the tires is quite heavy as well. Then you have downforce, which is 4. So because the track is very fast and there's 2 main straights, you need downforce here after traction to keep your car planted to make it to the next braking zone. So after the last corner onto the main straight, and then after the first corner into the third corner, you need some good downforce to keep the car stable. And yeah, so you need to set up your car with more downforce than less downforce. You need about 80% downforce. So that's why he's saying number 4. So the race distance is 306.452 kilometers, and then the number of laps is 71. The circuit length is 4.318 kilometers. 4.318 kilometers, and the lap record is 1:05.619. Carlos Sainz in 2020 in the McLaren. So it's gonna be exciting Grand Prix. So you have Max Vestappen starting in first, Lewis Hamilton starting in second, and you have Lando Norris in the McLaren starting in third. So he should cause a bit of problem to the strategist of Mercedes and of Red Bull and Mercedes. So right now Red Bull have a very fast car and they're making the most of it. So they got to open up a gap in the championship in case Mercedes find some pace and come back at them stronger towards the end of the season. So Red Bull, what they want to do is they want to keep momentum towards the end of the season, and then they can maybe just consolidate the position and win the championships. So right now they're just trying to open up a gap on Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton. But Valtteri has driven very well this weekend. He said he could have got pole position, but he got blocked by Yuki Tsunoda. So Valtteri could have got pole position. That's what he was saying. So he's bounced back really well from his recent struggles. And yeah, it's going to be a good Grand Prix. But my prediction is I expect Max to keep the lead and then going to win the race, because I feel like Red Bull have more pace in hand. And I feel like Lewis is driving his best he can, but maybe the pace of the car is not there to compete with